Hey, it's Dashia D.
And it's JStan.
Welcome back to In Retrospect Podcast. We look beyond the surface to find understanding.
Bring you laughs, knowledge, and culture.
So sit back, relax, and join the convo. How are you?
I'm lovely. I'm lovely. I can't complain. Had a great day at work. It never happens to me. I'm feeling lucky. I feel like I may need to go play some numbers or something, like the old people say. All the
hmm
Charleston is coming out of me right now, but I'm gonna wheel it back in. So, hey, I appreciate you asking. So, how are you, Deja?
I'm here. I'm living, breathing. I'm ready for Friday. I'm ready to relax for the weekend. I'm a school social worker, and I have really earned my paycheck this week. In other news, wrong
All
way.
right.
All right. If you live in Georgia, early voting ends. There we go. Early voting ends tomorrow. Second. It ends
December
today.
2nd.
Yeah.
So it'll
It ends
be
today.
today when you see this video. Please
Yes.
make sure you go out and vote. Do not be confused. Do it now. I'm not gonna call that man out his name, but please go do what you need
Hershey.
to do. Okay. All right.
Um,
All right.
so you guys have heard of this segment called Let's Unpack This, where you either send in questions or we take a deep dive into news and try to just look at it a little deeper beyond the surface as we do. First up, Jerry Jones, guys. I don't follow sports. I just know he has something to do with the Dallas Cowboys. What does he have to do with the Dallas Cowboys, Justin?
What do you mean? What does he have to do?
He's
He's
the
the
owner?
owner. He owns
Okay,
the
I
team.
thought so. I thought
Girl, what
so,
is
but I
wrong?
just
What do
wanted
you
to
mean
make
thought
sure.
so? What you got going on?
I don't follow
Jerry.
sports. I don't follow sports.
Jerry.
Recently, there was a photo that surfaced online showing Jerry being a part of a protest to keep Black students out of school. This is during a time where they were attempting integration. I'm going to show you this short clip real quick.
And I had no idea when I walked up there what we were doing. If you want to ask me what I was thinking, okay, I was thinking about I'm going to get in trouble for being up here, and I didn't know what was going on.
14, 15 years old, 14, 15 years old. But we're going to lean on somebody when he was 14, born and raised in the South, and we're going to pick it up 66 years later to say, you know something? Yeah. You ain't hired a Black coach. I think that's pretty low.
I mean, I'm not surprised. I mean, a lot of folks always think that slavery was so long ago. Segregation was a long time ago. It really wasn't. If you have a grandfather or grandmother in your life, or an older person in general that tells you about how things used to be, it
Mm-hmm.
was not that long ago. Like a lot of folks really think in their minds, like, "Oh man, that was like 200 years ago." No, no, there are people that are living that went through everything that always gets brought back up to the forefront. So initially, when I saw it, I was like, well, I'm not surprised, number one, but I was also surprised from this perspective that it was actually brought up in the first place. Because usually, when you see stuff like this brought up, it's just not talked about at all. It's like no one blows it up at all, especially somebody of Jerry Jones's notoriety, and he has all the funds, owns the Dallas Cowboys. It's just one of those things. Like usually with folks that have that kind of money and stuff that comes out, they usually make that stuff doesn't stay in the news long. So I was
My
really surprised it caught on and went. And the other side of my initial takeaway from everything was when Stephen A. Smith got up on TV and started defending Jerry. And I'm just like, dude, you be quick to tear down when Black men have something that come up, and you be going all the way in. Okay. So please understand, it's like you gotta bring the same energy all the way around if you're gonna do what you're about to do. You saying he was 14, 15. And it's just amazing how he'll be like, well, he's a grown man, he knows better. Well, I mean, hey, people need to understand. And then the excuse that he made was that, oh, I didn't know I was up there and I felt like I was gonna get in trouble. I'm
I'm
like,
just
brother, why are you even saying that? You could have
I,
just said you was young and you didn't know no better, but no, you said you was up there and you felt like you didn't want to get in trouble, which means get out my face. That's what it
I
means.
feel like somebody from his family had to have exposed him, because where would that picture have been? You know what I mean? Like, who would have spotted him? he does not look the same. This man is extremely old at this point. Like, no, I don't feel like anyone would have noticed him. So it had to have been someone close to him or that knows him that did it.
I mean, more than likely it was.
I mean, I guess Stephen A. Smith's point is the fact that, you know, you're young, you do certain things and you grow older and things change, yada, yada. But at the end of the day, I could see someone being on the Cowboys team that feels a little uneasy about that. The fact that you partook in some racist activities. And I mean, that I could see someone being uncomfortable, but also I don't understand why they're called owners. I never understood that. Like, why are they
slave mentality?
Yeah, like
NFL,
why are they owners
it's
to
the
begin
whole
with?
thing.
And majority of the time, the people who are playing are black.
Have you not seen the combine?
Huh?
Have you ever looked at the combine before? Like what
No.
players have to go through before they even get so-called drafted? It's a combine. Either it be in any sport, really. It's when you get your height, weight, see how fast you can run, how high you can jump, what times is. What it sound like? What it sound like?
It sounds like you coming up for an auction.
Yeah, you the highest bidder.
You're just not
But in this situation, there's already an order that's established. So, and it's glitz and glamour. You're getting paid, but at the same time, it still has that I wouldn't even want to call it that nostalgia, but it just seems like history is repeating itself in a very interesting way. But a lot of folks don't really realize it's become a staple in the American way of life. Nobody's paying attention, but I completely agree though. But I just don't like how Stephen A will jump on and start defending Jerry, say he was 15, 16. So you mean to tell me if all of a sudden a player of any caliber was to come up and they had like a picture of them, say for instance, smoking weed or doing something when they was 15 or 16, he was not going to sit up there and defend that. He was going to ridicule them bad. Like really bad.
You know better than I do. I don't follow sports. I don't follow Stephen A. So I don't know.
Well, he's being better about it because he was called out about some of the stuff that he was doing by Kwame Brown, but Kwame Brown's a whole nother story. We're not even getting all that, but yeah. So that was a whole nother debacle. But as far as Jerry goes, me personally, a lot of these, I'll bring it full circle real quick. So when you see folks do stuff like that at a young age, you think to yourself like, wow, is that really how he thought at 15, 16? A lot of that stuff is taught, okay? We're not going to sit here and act like, oh, he just decided he was up and do that. A lot of that, the ideals that he may have had in his younger years was taught to him. Now, I understand what he's saying. He's 15, 16 years old. He's changed. You don't know that. You don't know that. So it's just like, it's cool it's cool for people to say, it was a long time ago. You was 15, 16. I completely understand that. But you really don't know these folks, man. And Stephen A. can say he's very tight. He can say he's very tight with him and he knows him so well and he knows his heart. No, you don't. You're not with him every day. You don't know his heart. You know what he wants to show you. That's what you know. Yeah.
I mean, nothing's going to happen to him. He's not going to get fired. Players are not going to quit the team or protest or take any, like none of those things are going to happen. I think this is just news for, today and tomorrow, and then it'll go away. I mean, that's just how it is. Something that is not going away in the news for a good reason. Shanquella Robinson from Charlotte, North Carolina, 25-year-old woman. She went on a trip to Cabo with a group of friends and she did not return. If you haven't been following the story, the friends told the mother that she died from alcohol poisoning. And the parents had to end up spending about $16,000 to have her body shipped to Charlotte, North Carolina, in order to get an autopsy done and to, have a proper funeral. When they did the autopsy, they found out that she didn't have enough alcohol in her system to be drunk.
Yep.
And since this has hit the news, it has spread like wildfire on social media. And so people are very invested in this story. Just this week, the friend, if you haven't seen the video, we're not going to play the video, but there's a video circling around of Shanquella being beaten by another girl, another woman, and she's not fighting back. She kind of looks inebriated or just out of it. But that young woman has now been arrested, and they're going to extradite her to Mexico. What do you think is going to happen? You think all of them are going to get arrested, or just her?
Oh no, everybody going down. Oh, everybody going down, one way or the other. It's unfortunate, and the reason I'm saying this is because people fail to realize when they call themselves taking a life or doing something to somebody. Most people got family, okay? Most people got family, and they don't forget. They might forgive, okay, but they don't forget. So the worst thing, and the reason I'm saying this is, everybody's gonna say it's the right thing until they get near some folks that they see, and it's blown up and got so much publicity to the point that not even the family is involved. You got people that don't even personally know her that are just like, these folks are out of line. You got people that the family doesn't even know that might take initiative. Like it's that bad. Like it's really crazy to really think that number one, I'm surprised they even went to her mother even said that. That's what blew my mind about the whole thing. And then they even had to spend the amount of money. Yeah, and I was just like, what? And I was like, how? Anyway, but yeah, I just couldn't believe it. And then the girl, she needs to get arrested. She needs to get put under the jail. That's insane. Everybody involved too. The guy holding the phone talking about fight back. What? And it was crazy if you watch the video, but please be mindful if you are going to watch that video, it is not pleasant at all. You can hear her say, I'm not fighting back. I'm not going to fight back. And the girl continues to wail on her, like beat on her. Like it's insane. So no, everybody need to go down.
A lot of people have these think pieces saying how the deeper issue of it all is that Black women don't know how to get along and we're jealous of one another, and this is why she ended up being harmed.
That's how deep people are going?
Yes.
I think you're going too deep. Just know the people you going with. Quit going around people that you think. You got to know, man, there's no way that girl went with them folks and didn't realize that they wasn't all the way solid like that. There ain't no way. Because I've been around, or people are blind to it, because I'm not going to lie. I've been around people that have friends. They be like, oh, these are my friends. And you sit there and you look. You show these your friends?
Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing. I do know for a fact that you truly get to know a person when you go on a trip with them, right? Now, I personally have not had any friend fallouts from a trip, but I have friends who have had friend fallouts from trips. I've had friends go to Jamaica and all these other places and be like, girl, we done. We got to the airport and we were like, deuces, I'll never speak to you again. And when I asked them, like, well, what happened? Because y'all were cool here and then you go away and now y'all are done. And sometimes people become, I don't want to say they become a different person, because they're not a different person, but it's something in the water. When they go out of town, they want to live it up, or they want to show off a certain way, and they may rub the people they're around wrong. I don't think that they plan to kill her. I think that something happened that caused this, I'm not even going to say fight, this beating, and she hit that girl the wrong way. And when she died, everybody was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And they went back to North Carolina. Because here's the thing, if you fight somebody, there's always a chance that you will kill that person, because you don't know, y'all are in the heat in the moment, and you don't know, some people don't know their own strength. Some people really don't. So I've seen it. I've seen men say, you know, I got into a fight with this dude at the bar and I killed him. I didn't mean to, but I hit him a certain way. That's what happened with her. Like, I think they said it was in her spine or something like that, her neck. But it's like, you don't know what's going to happen. So I don't know if it was jealousy. I don't know if it was poor emotional regulation.
I just feel as if, though, like, I don't know, me personally, I don't know the situation like all the way of like the tea leaves of what occurred or whatever led up to it. I just feel like it just seemed like something was on that girl that was beating on her heart for a minute. Like there ain't no way in the world you going out of town and you had all that malice in your heart for that person. Ain't no way. All of a sudden you got all angry and was ready to do whatever when you went out of town. Ain't no way. You've been talking about that girl like that.
The girl who got
Crazy.
arrested, the fighter, she's definitely gonna start talking. she's definitely gonna be like, oh yeah, he did this, she did that. I don't think all of them are gonna get arrested though. I think her, the dude who recorded it, and maybe like one other person. But personally, I don't. The most that they could get is being like an accessory.
Yeah,
Because
you
the
still can get
dude,
some time. That's
yeah,
fine. You still
they
gonna be in
knew she
jail.
was there, and they didn't help her. They didn't call for help. The dude who was filming it lied and talking about she was drunk, so I was rubbing her head and playing Summer Walker. Dude, just cut it out. Cut it out.
They can still get all them. They can still get all them.
Listen,
And they can still get all them for lying.
how in one breath you recording and egging her on to continue to be beaten, but in the next breath you massaging her head and playing Summer Walker.
You know they can all still get like a couple years just alone, even if they call themselves getting like the least amount of time. Like they still can serve time for real. Like for real, for real. It's a
And
sad
that was her
situation.
so-called best friend, the dude.
Yeah, all right.
That's
Cool.
why I'm very careful
People
about
be
who I refer
people
to
be
as best friend.
man, people be looking at me like I'm crazy. I'd be like, boy, you look mean. I was like, no, I don't look mean. I'm looking at the situation. I'm evaluating the room. I'm looking around, seeing what's going on. Yeah, I like to have a good time, just like the next person. But if I don't know you like that, oh nah, bro, don't roll up on me and be like, hey man, no, bro. Relax, back up. I'm not that friendly.
I am very particular about who I refer to as my friend, because being my friend to me means I can be vulnerable with you. If something like if we're out and about in this situation and somebody's drunk, you know I got your back. You know I'm going to take care of you and vice versa. If I don't feel that way about you, that I can be vulnerable with you emotionally, physically, anything, you're not my friend. We're acquaintances. If that. So I really feel for her and her family. She's so young, and it's just a very messed up situation.
Yeah.
It just is, and it shouldn't come down to that. You going to celebrate and have a good time with people who you think are your friends, and that's what they do to you. I hope she gets justice. I'm sure that they are trying to figure out their escape plan, but it ain't gonna work because they gonna find you. They gonna find you. In slightly lighter news, actor Blair Underwood recently got a divorce from his wife of almost 30 years. And he just announced that he is now engaged to his best friend, who happens to be a woman. And they've been best friends for 41 years. So that means that they've been best friends for all of his marriage and I guess his relationship.
So it was a whole nother woman while he was married to his wife.
Him and his wife are divorced now. I think they got divorced last year.
Well, I understand that it was his best friend the whole time he was married to his wife.
Yes, correct.
I just had to make sure.
Yes, yes. They've been best friends for 41 years. He was married for about 30. So I feel like she's one of those friends where your girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever is like, I don't know about her. And he's like, no, baby, don't worry about it. That's my girl. That's just like a sister to me. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it was one of those situations where he gaslit her and made her believe that this chick was just his friend. That's like a sister to him. Because she was also married. I forgot to mention, she was also married too, but she got divorced. So, yeah, what do you think about that?
I mean, this happens a lot more than a lot of folks realize. Like, this is hey, if you're not happy, get divorced. That's crazy though. That turnaround time wasn't too long. But hey, if you don't feel comfortable, don't want to keep doing that, get divorced. But it's just wild. I mean, you see a lot of folks be with folks either for different reasons, and don't really like or even love the person or even like being near them. They'll be with them for appearances and they'll go through everything. Boyfriend and girlfriend, whole time got another person. Be married, whole time got another person. I don't know. It's weird, but it's like it's really sad. I will say, because seeing it so often now, the older I get, it's like you start to become numb to it. So it's just like you don't want to become numb to it because ideally, that it's not right in a sense, because at some point or another, them two had to be messing around. Because there ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Clearly.
But nonetheless, the parties that are, I don't know, they're not together no more. I don't know.
So here's the thing. Because I know it's become this bigger debate of like, can men and women be friends? I do think men and women can be friends. However, I don't think that men and women who are attracted to each other can be friends if they're in committed relationships, for this exact reason. Because if you are physically attracted to somebody that you're friends with, naturally when you have issues, who are you going to go to? Your bestie, and you're going to talk to them and vent to them. And then you're getting even deeper emotionally. And then that's that physical attraction there. You're going to have one drunk night, so-called, and something is going to transpire. In this situation, you wouldn't even have to be drunk.
That's what I'm about to say.
I'm just saying, like, anything can happen. So I feel like we can be friends, but y'all can't be attracted to each other, because I feel like it makes things messy. And for him to be engaged to her this short after getting divorced from his first wife, and mind you, they look similar. His first wife just looks younger than her, but they look similar. So yeah, that's why I be trusting men who got mostly girlfriends. I'm just being honest with you. I don't.
Dang, man, that's crazy. Yeah, y'all.
He usually be hoes.
Whoa, Miss Ma'am.
Let's just call a thing a thing. If it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's a duck.
Well, first and foremost, I will say from this perspective that a man's gonna be a man if you call yourself trying to push up on a man. If you're gonna push up on a man gonna try to be a friend, try to be somebody you can speak with. But please understand, if you start pushing up on a man ain't but so strong. Some men aren't, but so strong. A lot of men don't have willpower. A lot of men will just start trying to do whatever with whatever that touches them. So you may say that, a man should know better. A lot of people's what's the best way to put this? A lot of people just don't have self-control. And
I'm gonna just cut to the clip where we had guests on the Mac Show podcast and what they said about what men will do.
If you keep your leg closed, that man can never open that gate, get in that gate.
Yeah,
y'all don't have control.
That's what I say. It's both of them, huh?
Y'all don't have control.
A man gonna be attracted to what he attracted to.
You said a man don't got control. Wait a minute.
That's a question. He said if she didn't open her legs, then he wouldn't have hopped in. My question was, y'all don't have control over what you do?
No, I don't think they do.
We do.
Men these days are fucking monkey.
Whoa. So we going straight to animals.
Because much like I said on that episode in the summertime, when y'all make the statement, what did you say? What did you say? A man will be a man. Whatever. Yeah. A man will be a man. Y'all make it seem like y'all are like these little helpless little people who can't control yourselves. And that's not true. You choose not to control yourself because women get hit on way more than men do. You don't think women have needs? Men.
By who? Men get hit on by men too.
And women.
I just want to let you know that men get hit on by men too, Dashia.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is women see attractive people all the time as well. You don't see us be like, dang, he had smelled good, so I couldn't help it. I had just given my number. I had just given him a little kiss on his neck or whatever because he had just looked good. Y'all, you don't see us doing that. So why is it that a man gonna be a man? Like y'all don't have control? Clearly not. But that's all. Like
Ooh.
it's whatever. I'm just saying, y'all just be even my celebrity.
Go ahead.
One of
What's
my
on your
celebrity
chest? Go
crushes
ahead.
is Michael Ealy.
Go
Okay,
ahead. Yeah.
Michael Ealy is fine as wine. He's smart. He's funny.
But
He's
where's
humble.
the
He's
but?
all the things. Okay.
Where's the but?
If Michael Ealy
Oh, here we go.
walked into the gym while I was in the gym, and he looks good because he always looks good, and he tries to he tries to kiss me, let's say, and this is my first time meeting him. You think I'm gonna kiss him? No, because I don't know him. I don't know him. He's a stranger. Is he nice to look at? Absolutely, but I don't know him. You got something to say because your eyes saying a lot.
I mean, hey, you said it all.
I mean, let us know in the comments below, y'all. Can men and women truly be friends? Should you be careful who you call your friend? And should we stop calling football team owners? I have been Dashia D.
And it's been JStan.
Join us every Friday at noon.
And always remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Keep liking, keep watching, keep supporting us. Thank you.
Go vote if you haven't.